Hey there, it's Dave with Flipperforce. I'm excited to share with you some new updates that we've been doing to the project's dashboard and our property details page, as well as our profile page. In our effort to continuously improve the platform, we're running through a big list of miscellaneous enhancements to the platform. So this is one of our first phases of that entire list. So first you'll notice that on the project's dashboard, we've cleaned it up a little bit. You'll notice that we've added in a image column with just a little thumbnail of the property, so that way you can quickly identify a property based upon the image that you've got there instead of looking at the property address. Another thing you'll notice is we've added in an action column to each property, so you can see we've got a new duplicate feature, and then we've got a delete feature here, so that way you can just simply delete properties directly from the project's dashboard page. So the duplication feature, that's going to allow you to quickly duplicate an entire project in a matter of seconds. So this can be useful if, I guess for example, if you want to run multiple analyses of a property. So if we click on duplicate, we can quickly duplicate the Bat House project. If we want to make this the, let's say, a worst case scenario, the Bat House. Okay, we could save this as the worst case scenario Bat House, and then we could go through and we could edit our analysis to adjust some of these values here to reflect a worst case scenario for this project. So that can be one of the ways that you can use the new duplication, is to quickly run through different scenarios for properties. So instead of needing to re-enter the entire property as a completely new project, you can simply just use that project duplication to quickly duplicate the project, reuse all of the property details and information, and then just quickly adjust that data and information for that worst case scenario, maybe that best case scenario that you want to run on the property. Another thing that you can use it for is you can set up a master template project which has all of your project settings pre-built into it. So you can set up a master template that has all of your flip data pre-built into it. So I guess for example, if you wanted to set up all of your detailed buying costs and holding costs and selling costs the way that you have it for all of your different flips, if you want to set up all of your financing scenarios the way that you have it for all of your flips, so if you're financing it in a certain way, a certain percentage of ARV, you can have that all set up in your project template, and then you can simply just duplicate that project template every time you want to analyze a new deal, and all of these settings will be pre-set up for you. Same thing with the repair estimator. If you've got typical repair items and prices and everything else that are on a typical rehab for you, so if you do a bunch of similar rehab projects that have similar scopes of work, maybe you're always replacing a kitchen, always redoing the bathrooms, always replacing the flooring, doing interior painting, stuff like that, you can have all that stuff pre-plugged into your repair estimator, and then when you duplicate the project, that'll all be there for you. Same thing with the task manager. You can set up task lists that you can have for all of your different phases of the project. So you can see we've got a purchase checklist, an inspection checklist, contractor bidding checklist, construction prep checklist, purchase checklist, construction checklist, and a punch list checklist. So you can have all of your pre-built checklists saved with your project template, your master template here, and then every time you duplicate a project, those templates will automatically be in here. Same thing with the project scheduler. If you have a pre-built order of operations for all of your project schedules, you can get that set up in your master template here, and then every time you duplicate that project, that will all be in there for you. So that's the new functionality for the project duplication. It'll hopefully save you a bunch of time if you are running multiple scenarios for your properties, or if you want to set up a master template, you can set up a master template, and then you can quickly duplicate that every time you want to start a new project, and you can have all of your project settings pre-built into that project for you. Now, another thing you'll notice that we changed in the platform is if you go to the property details page, you'll notice that we've added in a new Google Street View. So this can be handy if you just want to quickly walk through the neighborhood, just do a virtual walkthrough to see what the neighborhood looks like, to see if you've got good neighbors next to the property, see what kind of condition the neighborhood's in, stuff like that. And then we also added in some new protections for the deleting projects. So you'll notice that there'll be a prompt now that pops up asking you if you really want to delete the project. Previously, there was no kind of protection there. If you accidentally clicked it, it would have permanently deleted your project. So now that's just added peace of mind there. So if you accidentally click that, at least you'll be provided with a warning, and it basically makes you type in delete in order to confirm that you actually want to delete the project. So another usability enhancement that we added in there for you. And then the last thing that we did was we also revamped the profile page. So nothing really too crazy over here. We just kind of reformatted it, but we also added in the About Us section. So previously the About Us information was set up on the investment report. Now you can set it up globally here. So this is just basically information about your company, about your market, about your experience, your investment strategy. So it's essentially going to be just a one-page business plan about your company, and that all feeds over to the About Us page on the investment packet builder. So if you go over here to the investment packet builder and you go down to the About Us page, that's where that data and information feeds to. So instead of you setting it up manually over here for every single project, you can now set it up globally here on the profile page, and then that data and information will feed over to the investment packet builder. So those are some of the enhancements that we've been working on. Again, we've got a pile of other things that we're going to be working through, so be looking for that stuff here in the near future. Thanks.